Welcome to BlueGoldNews.com. Here it is, pregame between West Virginia and TCU. Big Monday game, Kevin. Obviously, who knows what kind of emotions we're going to get out of West Virginia. We've seen highs, we've seen lows. Obviously, disappointment this past Saturday in the loss to Oklahoma State. Another big one against the Horned Frogs. What can we expect emotionally from West Virginia?
Trying to recover a little bit from Saturday's disappointing losses, catching a little bit of Winter Olympics action, and kind of the parallel that struck me there is, how hard they work, and obviously they have fewer chances to show on that international stage than West Virginia does in an average season, but just, the emotion, the passion, it doesn't seem like all of that has been there. And I understand the season's long and it can be hard to get up for every game, but West Virginia needs to capture that a little bit. There's a lot still there. Winning the Big 12 regular season is going to take some doing, but if you can still finish second or third in the league, it helps your NCAA seeding. All those things are still out there, still very important, but they've got to play with some passion.
Yeah, and time's flying. I mean, what are we, down to 5 games left in the regular season, 3 at home for the Mountaineers, including tonight's game. First of all, with the Horned Frogs, this is a team that took West Virginia apart pretty good a couple months ago in Fort Worth. How does West Virginia turn that tide?
Well, I think one of the difficult things is TCU has a great assist-to-turnover ratio. They don't turn it over a lot, and they pass the ball great. 20 assists, I think, on 24 or 25 buckets last time against West Virginia. Mountaineers have to stop that a little bit, or at least slow that down. We know there's been some problems with the press, so how you fix that, you've got to play better in half court, and you've got to rebound the ball. I was talking with Brian Messerly, West Virginia's basketball SID, and he pointed out for all the disappointments of Saturday, if West Virginia just gets a rebound on the defensive end in the final couple of minutes, they win that game.
Yep.
It wasn't a big difference. It's a 1 or 2 play thing, and that comes back into passion. The rebounding, you got to want it, you got to go get it. So it can't give TCU second chances.
Yeah, we're so used to West Virginia for so long having some struggles on the offensive end. On Saturday, their offense was very, very good. They scored the ball as well as they have in a long time. Their shooting percentage was outstanding. But as you said, defense and rebounding were their bugaboos in that game. And we don't normally expect that out of a Bob Huggins team.
No, and the offensive thing, that was kind of strange. I mean, Javon Carter just absolutely owned the offensive end. Nobody could guard him. He got into the lane, did everything you want a point guard to. But by that same token, it almost seemed like guys started standing around and watching him when they needed to have an alternative, when they needed people to pop open for a shot or get the ball inside. That just wasn't there. Now, certainly that's not Javon's fault, but you've got to be able to, keep that whole rhythm going. Those last couple minutes, the offense kind of fell down too.
Yeah, and we've talked so much about Sagawau Konate, and obviously what he adds for your defensive end presence is huge, but he's also been really good offensively, but he didn't get many touches the other day. Some of that was his own fault because he got in foul trouble with a couple of bad early fouls. He's avoided those for the most part this season, but lesson learned, he can't be out of the lineup for that long of a stretch.
No, but when he comes back in, I think it was at the 3:54 mark, doesn't touch the ball on the offensive end again. That's inexcusable, no matter how much you're getting into the lane, unless you're just shooting uncontested layups, which WVU obviously wasn't at that point. So, yeah, I don't think you necessarily need to feed him. He doesn't have to be the focal point of the offense. But if he doesn't touch the ball every couple or 3 trips down the court, something's wrong.
Yeah, certainly. And for West Virginia defensively, Oklahoma State's not normally a great offensive team. They put up a bunch against West Virginia. If you can't slow down the Cowboys, what are your chances of slowing down the Horned Frogs?
The only thing you're hanging your hat on there has just been an unpredictable season. As soon as you think you've got a team tagged, something different happens. So maybe this is the night West Virginia turns that around, plays a little bit better defensively, especially in the half court.
Yeah, I think everybody in this league is just going to finish 9-9, and they're all going to be tied for first place. So, well, we'll find out in a couple hours. Big Monday from the WVU Coliseum, TCU and West Virginia getting ready to take the court.